Hello. How's it going? Alright. I forgot to turn on my gosh. I forgot to turn on the captions. My bad. How's it going, everyone? So, to go over everything, uh last time we got our butt kicked by Hi Maxwell, how's it going? If we remember correctly, we got our butt kicked by by a oh no, where's that coming from? There we go. We got our butt kicked by the Scyther. Uh so I I kind of had to think about whether or not I wanted to keep fighting or not and like come back to it at a later date, which is today. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not giving up on that Chikorita. Uh I'm just, I'm not gonna abandon it or anything. Maybe maybe something like cuz I actually went out of my way to like look and see if this was possible at all, and it is. It's just I expected it to happen at a much lower level than what it actually was. All right. All right. Here we go. We just clear up this a little bit. There we go. Maybe just kind of. Yeah. I'll be fine if it's a little scratchy for our drawing for the day. Maybe make it look like our Chikorita's really gone through it, guys. This Chikorita. Actually, hold on. Let me redo the eyes, maybe. And maybe the entire face, actually. Let's. Here we go. Alright. So. Oop, that wasn't fully closed. Okay. There we go. Oh, this poor Chikorita didn't know what it had coming. I could probably go and maybe do something along the lines of like, uh, alright, lower it maybe, just a little bit, just enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then just kinda have the Chikorita like this. And then erase the, definitely needs its legs to be longer then. That just looks weird. Uh, yeah, Chikorita's kind of like a thumb-looking kind of animal, if I'm completely honest. Yeah. There we go. This'll be fine. This poor Chikorita did not know what it was coming for it. I felt so bad after having that thing go after Scyther like so many times. It was really bad, yeah. Anyways, so our Chikorita looked pitifully at me like this, and I could not resist. You know, I just went, okay, I'll do more fighting. I'll fight. I'll train you up. I'll make you big and strong. So that's what we're doing today. All right. So now I'm actually going to post on the socials before I forget. And when I do that... Alright. And then... we go back here. Alright, yeah. Here we go. Alright. You can stop that now. Alright. Twice. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, alright. So now we play. I'm basically going to go back. I'm gonna go all the way back and fight every trainer that I didn't fight before. So that I have just that extra bit of edge, you know? If I fight every single trainer I come across, eventually I'll get strong enough to take down the Scyther. Okay. I roam far and wide in search of Pokemon. Are you looking for Pokemon too? Then you're my collecting rival. Well, I'm not really searching for Pokemon. I'm just searching for trainers. But okay. Oh, Larry. Oh, well, this is an unfortunate matchup. Alright, Amelia. Razor Leaf. Take down that Slowpoke. This is, Amelia's, training art. I do plan on after this, after I finish up, playing for the day, I want to draw the chronicles of this Chikorita. Alright. Let's see. Is there more over this way? I'm not really gonna waste my moves on, wild Pokemon right now. I just don't think it's worth it at the moment. Alright. Okay. Oh, but it's a Wooper. I love Woopers so much. I always try to, like, run away instead of fight a Wooper. Just because I like Wooper. I really like the original design of Wooper, though. It's so cute. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Wooper now, but, like, Wooper's just a silly little guy. Oh, there we go. Whoa, what a surprise! I didn't expect to see anyone here. Alright. So, Razor Leaf should take this thing out, or I can miss. Oh, I see. Alright, yeah. One more? Yeah, there we go. We didn't miss that time. Alright, Amelia. I believe. I believe in Amelia. You just got grilled. Could you imagine every time I beat a trainer, I just go, you just got grilled. It would be so funny to just draw like a redesign of Chris as like a whatchamacallit. Redraw Chris as like a grill master. That badge, it's from Violet City. You beat Faulkner? Yeah, I sure did. Send out Pidgey. Alright. Against Amelia. Alright, tackle. There we go. I think the extra, like, money... Oh, that's cute. I think the extra money will actually do me some good as well. On, you know? Alright, another Pidgey. I do think the little movement is so cute, though. I really find it adorable. Alright. I know what my weaknesses are. Yeah. A level 20 Chikorita. Oh, man. Sup? I found some good Pokemon in the grass. I think they'll do it for me. They'll do what now? Aw, man. No, this isn't a wild Wooper. It's an enemy Wooper. We kill enemy Woopers here. I mean, probably a trainer-owned Wooper is bad for the environment. I'm just gonna put that in my belief system. Darn, I thought... No. You're not allowed to evolve. Alright, here we go. Well, I'm not really gonna take down a Bellsprout right now. I have other pressing matters. Oh, there's an item right there. Let me fight this guy. That glance. It's intriguing. Is it? Why are you intrigued? Camper Roland. Love me some camping, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, tackle. Abilities don't exist in this gen, so I'm actually not gonna struggle as hard with this. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna lie though, and this is probably just me getting cocky or something. Just avoid eye contact. But I was gonna say, I think for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I'll have a little bit of a harder time playing a Chikorita only run, if I'm completely honest. Well, I guess in some ways they make it a little bit easier, so it kind of like balances itself out the way that it does here. Like, Pidgeotto is level 13 instead of level 9, which is kind of impossible to deal with at level 9 if you're going, like, the level cap route, which feels almost straight up impossible in this game when I'm actually looking at it. You have to have so many Pokemon that you have to, like, routinely switch out. Alright, hi. I'm really good at both fishing and Pokemon. Not about to lose to any kid. Well, you're not just dealing with some kid, you're dealing with the... with Dr. Grill! Alright, Fisher Ralph. Alright, Amelia. I didn't mean to press that one. Well... oh, it's fine. Oh, we're so fine. It's so fine. It's so fine. It's so fine. We're so fine. See, it's fine. We're fine. Don't even think about it. I tried to rush things. I got money. That's what I like to see. I like to see the money flowing in. My Pokemon, freshly caught. Alright. Alright, Poliwag. Pretty good. Yeah, Razor Leaf, I don't see why not. Oh, I love the eyes on Poliwag though, it just looks so big. Alright, another Poliwag. Super effective. Splash? Whoa, you made me lose that fish! I'm gonna battle you over it, honk. What are you gonna do when I when I beat you? Oh, this is kind of sad, actually. Is it all... I think it is all Magikarp, now that I think about it. Sorry, I'm like yawning out the wazoo today. I actually had like a good sleep last night. I don't know why I'm so tired. Says the man who's on his 11th day of streaming. Can't wait for it to be the 15th day of streaming and I just start going, day 15, give it up for day 15. Hold on, let me move the mic a little bit closer. There we go. Yeah, but I can't wait to go, give it up for day 15. Alright, send out Magikarp. Let's go. I was having a nice chat too. Oh, you're on a big journey to see the sights? Let's be friends. Can I have your phone number? I want to hear about everything you've seen. No thanks. Aw, you won't be my friend? I didn't realize I had already fought you. I guess it makes sense. I think I did make a mistake in fighting you before. You're a wild whooper. You're fine. You're living in your natural habitat. You do not need to worry about me. Fight this guy? I'm gonna try and be the best with my favorites. I'm not used to the same tough Pokemon as everyone else. Okay. I guess. Checks out. Fruit-bearing tree. Paralysis cure. Okay. I already got the regular, like, the poison cure berry from before. So, that's gonna be pretty cool. Alright, Amelia. You're doing pretty good. Alright, speaking of Pokemon, so I've mentioned before, I have a Pocket Pikachu. And I started using it about a week or two before I started doing streams. But I effectively, like, stopped using it after streams. But it was, how do I describe it? I just didn't use it. I didn't go on walks with my Pocket Pikachu. So unsurprisingly, I last night checked on it, and so this is not something, by the way, I pulled up the guide on Cerebi, and it did not have this. But there was a Pokeball instead of Pikachu. And I have the Japanese version, so I ended up having to figure out what the hell it said, and it was like, it was Donzoko, which means, rock bottom. That was where my friendship was with Pikachu at that point. Which, I've been told, I ended up, like, finding out all you have to do is shake it, Pikachu will come out of ball, but he's gonna be really, really mad at you for neglecting him. So, I did a little bit of walking, to get some watts. It was like 133 watts or something. But Pikachu's still mad at me, so I'm gonna have to start being really, really good about not... How do I describe it? I have to be very good about not, screwing over in some way, shape, or form my relationship with Pikachu any further. So I'm gonna have to do a walk tonight as well. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna have to do another walk. I'm gonna actually have to walk, and it's gonna be a lot, but I'll do it because I need to be holding myself accountable. So that's what's been going on with the Pocket Pikachu. When I come back tomorrow, tell me how my adventure with Pocket Pikachu was, so that I can hold myself even more accountable to not leaving the Pocket Pikachu alone, and then it hates me even more than it already does. Trying to remember how many days I had. Oh my god, I literally left it for 2 weeks. I left it for exactly 2 weeks. Yeah, I can imagine that, I don't think I have room for... Not really. What was I gonna say, though? Yeah, but I would not blame the Pocket Pikachu for being mad at me for leaving it for 2 weeks. There we go. Tell me, there's gonna be an ad soon, by the way, just as a heads up. Let's see. Bellsprout. Love me some Bellsprout. Chop some Bellsprout up. Put it in some kimchi. You know, put it in with some pho. Put it on a plate next to the pho, maybe? If you're not into Bellsprout. Use the little leaves as like a, what's the word? As like a seasoning. I'm craving pho, man. I'm craving it real bad. Probably not a good sign, because typically when I crave pho, that means that I need some, like, soul healing, or I am sick. I don't think I hope I'm not sick. That would suck if I was. Give me that. Dr. Grill found a potion. Alright. So... just gotta make sure real quick. Do I have... Oh, I haven't gotten hit once. Oh, cool. Train to fight enlightenment in Pokemon. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna try and get my water without bumping the mic. A very difficult task for me because it happens all the time. Alright. Another Bellsprout. Let's go. Why do they call it a Bellsprout Tower? Wait, no. Why do they call it a Bellsprout Tower if you can't encounter Bellsprouts here? You can only encounter, like, Rattatas and Ghastlies. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 encounters here. Am I wrong? Yeah, just keep taking down. It'll happen. We'll get it. We'll get it eventually. Alright, Amelia. How much money do I have? I want to see how much money. Ooh. All that money. Oh. Bugsby, you're gonna get messed up. I tell you what, Bugsby. Oh, when I get back there and I come after you, you're gonna be so screwed. You're gonna be trembling at the sight of this Chikorita. I'm not giving up on this Chikorita. Alright. Fight, 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 fight. Ooh. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate, but you know, we take what we can. Alright. Hoot hoot. Oh, this is bad. Alright. Alright. Foresight. Well, do you have a ghost type move? Do you not have a flying type? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I won. I won fair and square. Oh. Right. My rival is here. Humph. He claims to be the elder, but he's weak. It stands to reason. I'd never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokemon. I only care about strong Pokemon that can win. I really couldn't care less about weak Pokemon. Stake used an escape rope. God. Can't believe this guy. So good of you to come here! Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between your Pokemon and you! Alright. When I see Bugsby again, I'm gonna tear him a new one. Right, Amelia? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna tear him a new one. Alright, come on. Alright, Alright. Took one Bellsprout down. I think that was actually two. Yeah. Last Bellsprout. I mean, Hoot Hoot! Oh my god, it's Hoot Hoot! Hi! Oh my god, hi! OMG, hi! Alright, let's see. Ah, excellent. You and your Pokemon should have no problem using this move. Flash HM. Oh. Alright, well, unless I absolutely need it, which I hope I won't. Alright, found an escape rope. I might go through here again and see. This powerful painting of a Bellsprout. I will feel the power coursing through my veins. Yes, I can feel it. I have inherited the power of the Bellsprout. Golly! Power of Bellsprout! Alright, double checking. Yeah. So Bellsprouts don't spawn in the Bellsprout Tower. But that's... I'm still so confused by it, is the problem. I wish I wasn't confused. I wish I understood. It's only Rattata and Ghastly. I guess it's just that everyone who trains has a Bellsprout. That's the important thing. A Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say that it became the center pillar here. Ah. Interesting. Pokemon holding a berry will heal itself in battle. Okay. Where's your teacher, dude? Blackboard describes Pokemon. No, I already know. It's fine. Let's see. Are there any other training stuff? Do I get items for bothering these people? No, I don't want to trade. You don't have anything? Alright. I'm not gonna lie, part of my brain sometimes goes, thank God I don't have to deal with, disobedience because I overleveled my Pokemon. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Let me think for a second. I think there are trainers that I haven't battled yet. That I should. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, do you have... Well, thank you. Fruit-bearing tree, bitterberry, that's cool. Huh? I walked too far today looking for Pokemon. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy. If I were a wild Pokemon, it'd be easy to catch. Ah, I see. Fight me! Fight me! Alright. Up against Caterpie. Yeah, let's just tackle, I guess. Alright, yeah, we're just taking out any trainer that I haven't already taken out, you know? Keep tackling. Get him! Alright, Alright, if I go this way... Ooh, no, we're not going in there. Okay, we'll definitely go back as far as I can and just battle as many trainers as I can that I haven't already fought. Which I think, up until a certain point, there are trainers that you can you don't really start fighting trainers until, like, a different time, you know? We're gonna have Pokeballs while catching Pokemon. I should have bought some more. How rough. That sounds really rough. Alright, so... I think that's all the trainers then. And if that's the case, I definitely want to just use this time to get more berries then. I would prefer having more berries. That would be really good. Aw, Spinnerack. I love how grumpy the little face on the back looks. Alright, Fruit Bearing Tree, Poison Cure Berry, that's pretty good. Yeah. There's a guy that I can go by and get a free berry from, I think. It would be weird if I was wrong about that. Oh well. I will say, this game still does make grinding kind of a chore. Alright, yeah. Free berry. Oh, thank God, a berry. Alright. Check trees for berries, they drop right off. Okay, well, you don't give me berries anymore. Okay. I kinda just wasted a little bit of time. Not too much time, though. Alright, I think I got all the stuff I could possibly need at this point. I'm gonna get closer to where I was, and then I'm gonna grind a little bit more. My plan is to grind until level 25. Because there was someone who grinded to level 29 to get, it wasn't Tackle, it was, oh, I should pull up the moves that, Chikorita can learn. Hold on, Chikorita Crystqal. Alright, let me see what Chikorita has. Body Slam. Body Slam would be the next move it learns. It would actually be a better, more accurate Tackle after a certain point, so I wouldn't, I would definitely trade Tackle for Body Slam if I needed to. But I think I can, and I'm gonna say this with confidence, I think I could do level 25. I think I could do level 25 against Scyther. Which may sound very, very, very cocky. But if I can survive maximum 8 levels, not 8 levels, 8 turns against Scyther and the whatchamacallit, the Fury Cutter, then I should be set. Found my Pidgey Strawberry, that's cute. Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying right now. That's my plan, is to just grind up to level 25. I feel very confident in my ability to beat, Bugsby at level 25. I don't need Body Slam. With the right strategy, I think it could work. That's the main thing that matters. Alright, what level are the Pokemon here? How high is the level? Level 4? I'd like to raise the level a little bit more before I do this. I'll go through this way, I think. Okay, well... Come on. Come on. Oh, well, this is level 7. I guess I could try and go for broke here. Vine Whip. 1 point, you know? I get it. I get it. 84 experience. If only it was a trainer Pokemon. But all the trainer Pokemon are gone. Great fishing spot. You saw people fishing. How about you? Would you like one of my rods? Yeah. Yeah, that's good to hear. Now you're an angler too. If there's water, be it the sea or a stream, try out your rod. I do wish I could find a miracle seed. I wonder if a miracle seed is nearby. No. If I'm completely honest, any of the Pokemon I'm gonna really fight, at least in the big fights, it's not really gonna make any... There's not really any point to fight, using grass-type moves after a certain point. Like, maybe later on if Misty... If I go up against Misty, but that's gonna be, like, really later on. I don't think it's gonna matter too much. I have other ways to deal with rock types, water types, things like that. At least for Chikorita. When I go up against the, what's it called? When I go up against, the Ice-type gym leader, I'm definitely gonna have a little bit of trouble. But I should be able to figure it out. Maybe... No, you're not you're not evolving. Maybe if I end up with, like, a rollout... Oh, but her Pokemon are dual-type. So that does throw a wrench in my plan. I don't know what else I could do. I guess I could test my luck. I definitely am gonna try and research. Because really I only know, like, damn near, like, down to the moves, like, the first 3 gym leaders. But after the 3rd gym leader, I don't remember. If I'm completely honest, I don't remember who the 4th gym leader is. That sounds really bad, actually. I know they make it, like, open world after that point, so it shouldn't really matter too much. But it's gonna matter to me, you know? It's gonna matter to me. Alright. We're just gonna fight these Rattata, I think. I do want to see what EVs the, Rattata give. Alright. So... red, blue, yellow. Where's Rattata? Alright, yeah. So... effort values earned... mostly attack and speed. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine then. Are effort values just like strictly set after a certain point? I think that might be it. I guess it would be a little weird if it was not like strictly set after a certain point. I'm gonna fight a bunch of Slowpoke in here, I think. Probably a higher level here, yeah. My main goal is, Slowpokes, but I'll take down a couple here and there, like, Zubat, I think. Unless there's no Slowpoke here. Which would be weird, but I'll take it. Dang, these Pokemon did not want to show up. Nah. Maybe I should go after... like, over here, maybe I should go after just Geodude. Maybe that will be the play for me. Build up as much defense as possible. So that when it comes down to... oh my god. Defense and attack. That way I can just kinda destroy some guys. Alright. Well, never mind. Wasting moves on a level 4 Rattata, that's fine. I can't believe that I have already beaten all the possible trainers I can beat, unless I'm including the rival. Which I don't think I want to do yet. I want to fight... it feels right to fight the rival, like, after Bugsby, you know? But I guess it's also like a mental thing of like, if I can beat the rival, I can probably beat Bugsby. But, I'm not gonna do that. I don't get anything special other than, like, walking privilege to the forest next door. Which I can't even go very far in the first place. I have to get a, I have to get the cut HM. Which I don't know if I have. I definitely don't think I can teach it to Chikorita yet. Ugh. Had to itch my eye. Tackle. Let's see. Just keep going up and down. we fight Amelia. Alright. There's just not a lot of points to go around. Which is kind of unfortunate, in a way. Maybe if I go back down to, like, underneath the cave, there's, like, Pokemon that can give me more points, you know? Who am I kidding? It's so unlikely that's gonna happen. Alright. That's a lot of points, though. That's pretty good. I like that. I'd like to see more, but I'd like that. Wooper! Let's go! Razor Leaf, yes. I'm definitely gonna go and get healed real quick. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Let's see, what are things I could talk about while I, what can I talk about, while I grind? Hi! Slowpoke have returned, but my apprentice hasn't come back from Elix Forest. Where is that world? Is that lazy guy? Alright. You got my one ball? My fast ball. Nice. Turned out great. Try catching Pokemon with it. My god. This place is huge! It's way bigger on the inside than it is the outside. I tell you what. There's so many Slowpokes around here. Not really sure. Not really sure what to, do here. Oh, there's Geodude out here too. That's fine. I guess it doesn't really matter, what's outside versus inside then, huh? I guess I could talk about the reasoning behind why I want to do Chikorita only run a bit more in detail. Oh man, how do I describe it? So, for the Chikorita run, the reason why I wanted to do this at first, was because I wanted to kind of like, you know, put some defense on Chikorita's name, in a way. And I actually, like, looked in, like, I didn't realize people hated Chikorita until the, like, Pokemon Z to A came out. Like, I genuinely thought that, like, people just were normal about Chikorita. Like, Chikorita's just a starter Pokemon someone's gonna have it as their favorite. I didn't think it was that bad, but people were like really hostile about it. I was surprised. So when I came, when I found that out, I decided I wanted to try it. Maybe, like, you know, be like, it's not that bad. And if I'm completely honest, it probably wouldn't even be noticeable if it was just a normal playthrough of Crystqal. Just have a Pokemon cover, Chikorita's weaknesses, which are many, because Chikorita is a grass-type Pokemon, and every single, every gym leader except Whitney has Pokemon that are either resistant to grass, or are strong against grass. Which, you know, people say things like, Chikorita is not like, doesn't really work well with Johto. Doesn't really, what's the word? Isn't competitively viable. You know, and then, like, on top of this, like, they say Chikorita is just, like, Chikorita's a bad Pokemon, but, like, it makes me a little sad that they don't really give Chikorita a chance, because, like, if you want a challenge, you can use Chikorita then, right? That would kind of, you know, be like, I beat the game with just Chikorita. That's something to be proud of, you know? Or, like, something along, or like, with the competitive thing, like, none of the Johto starters are really that competitively viable, if you think about it. At least in my mind. I don't think I've ever seen... Maybe, like, the Hisuian, like, Typhlosion? But, like, even Hisuian Typhlosion, like, has one of those, like, uphill battles kind of deals for the competitive. So, like, I'm a little surprised, you know, that, Chikorita, that people are so quick to hate Chikorita, because if the situation was just, like, just different enough, they could have easily hated Cyndaquil or Totodile. That's the thing, right? Like, if it was instead, like, Scyther was a rock type, and had, like, a rock-type version of Fury Cutter, people would not like Cyndaquil. I am 100% certain about this. And with Totodile, if it was an electric-type Scyther, with an electric-type move, that was basically like a Fury Cutter, I think people would hate. I think people would hate Totodile. Which sounds absolutely insane to say, because Totodile in the anime is so awesome. But, like, just because it's awesome in the anime doesn't mean it's gonna, like Bayleaf. Bayleaf is awesome in the anime. It's like, it goes crazy in the anime. But people don't like the Chikorita line. They like Bayleaf, sure, but they don't like they aren't as likely to use the Chikorita line more than, say, Totodile or Cyndaquil. Oh, I didn't mean to hit tackle. And that's still pretty decent damage for not very effective, even if it's that lower level. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, the circumstances, you know? It's the circumstances that make Chikorita kind of hateable to a lot of people. And it saddens me, because, like, I guess I grew up in this, like, thought process of, like, you shouldn't really make fun of Pokemon, you know? I try not to. Sometimes I get very upset, and then I get, like, angry, and I go, rah, rah, rah. I complain, sometimes I say I really dislike Geodude, but that's because, I had enough times where I found a shiny Geodude, and it self-destructed, you know? Like, I absolutely understand that it can be hard to not be mean about someone's favorite Pokemon, but, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people's favorite Pokemon is Chikorita. I mean, there's even, like, a thing that came out, like, immediately after Pokemon Z to A, like, literally saying, like, how do I say this? I didn't mean to tackle again, that's fine. But, like, they were like, we need to defend Chikorita from these haters, because, like, there's gonna be a lot of hate on Chikorita. And I was like, no way. No way is Chikorita going to get hate. But it did. And I was like, why? Why would you go out of your way to just, like, yuck someone's yum? That's the best way I can describe it, right? It's like, you know, Chikorita is not meant for everyone, but to be as vehement about, like, it's like the broccoli, like, does anyone else remember growing up and watching cartoons and every single kid just, like, went, ew, disgusting, broccoli, vegetables, disgusting, I hate vegetables. That's basically what they did with Chikorita. They were like, ew, it sucks in this generation. Oh my god, it sucks competitively. It's not built for what it does. Like, what I feel like is that it's not really meant for you. It's a challenge. And I feel like you should take that challenge head on, face first, and just kind of, like, you know, just go for it. Go for it. Why are you complaining about this Pokemon? You hate it so much, why don't you try and prove to yourself that it sucks? You're probably gonna end up having a challenge that you're just like, you know, with, like, if you do a Chikorita only run, right? You fight with only Chikorita and you're gonna be like, wow, this is really difficult. But if I win this, I'm gonna be satisfied, you know? Like, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. That's the whole quote. So you should really, like, you should try everything at least once. And even afterwards, like, you may, as long as you, like, understand why you don't like it, you've at least tried, you know? You've at least tried to like the Pokemon. I wouldn't mind doing a different version of Pokemon Crystqal with, like, Cyndaquil or Totodile, but, like, in a similar situation to how Chikorita is in the original, you know? Like, I wouldn't mind it. I really do believe that if it was that situation, they would absolutely not be liked. I mean, Johto typically already has a hard enough time as it is. If I'm going to be completely honest. A lot of, how do I describe it? A lot of Johto Pokemon typically get the Shaft. And that is almost 110% because, like, they're typically weak. They're not shown off as much as, like, the original Pokemon, which can be an issue with, like, the original. understandably. But like, you know, Mischievous was a really cool Pokemon. I really liked Mischievous. But, you know, like, they had Mischievous, Houndour, Houndoom. They were all late game, but like, it's just like, you gotta give them all a shot, you know? I really am a try everything once. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But if you do like it, like, you found something new you liked. You know? Typically I try to avoid things that people are begging me to watch because I just have this, like, mental block in my mind of just like, if people are begging me to watch this show, you know, I just don't want to do it. But if sometimes I can force myself to at least start, you know, get the ball rolling, and once the ball starts rolling, it's just like, oh, I understand why people are like, yeah, this is really good. This is a really good show. You should watch it. That's how it kind of is with me. I actually didn't realize how bad my, like, I guess the best way to describe it is, like, the way I perceive, like, oops, I didn't mean to do that again. Ugh, I keep doing it. Oh well. Just, like, constantly having this, like, reaction. I guess it's, like, what I like to call the hipster reaction, you know? Like, either you watched it before it was, like, mainstream, like with anime and stuff, and, like, even some, like, video games, you know? Like, video games weren't mainstream, like, 10 years ago. And I mean, like, in 2015, you were still in, like, this niche, like, area. It was starting to get popular, but it was not nearly as popular as, like, it was, like, it is now, you know? Yeah, but, like, there's this, like, hipster in me where even within these communities, like, what is quote-unquote popular, like, when Sword Art Online came out, I actually went out of my way to, like, make sure it was a good, like, quote-unquote good anime before I even attempted. And, like, most of the reviews were just like, it's not as... you shouldn't hype it up as much as it should be, you know? And I was like, okay, I'll just not hype it up, I just won't watch it. And then my friend came over and, like, turned on Sword Art Online, and I was like, oh, I see why people like this one. But it was also just one of those things where, like, I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy it that much. It looks nice. It looks nice, but it's not for me. But I still don't mind it. I don't mind that I tried it, you know? I also had another friend, like, show me, like, One Punch Man, and I was like, this shit rocks! You know? Like, it rocks! I loved it. I loved One Punch Man. I thought it was, like, silly and awesome. And I watched, like, I had an anime club, and one of the first things they showed us was, Astro Boy, the first ever anime, like, quote-unquote, you know? And I was like, oh my god, this was the first anime? I can see why it kind of popped off the way it did. And I can also see how it started off as, like, associated with, what's the word? How it's associated with, like, kids at the time. But then it, like, became more than that, you know? I just really, really feel passionate about these things, and I know I'm just rambling, but I think it's like, you know, I think I've just been having an ADHD, like, bouncing from topic to topic, because I find one, like, tangentially related thing, you know? I know my friends always go like, hey, how did you get from here to there? How did the conversation go from here to there? And I'm just like, well, you see, this turned into this, and then this turned into this, and then I just said this, you know, and it's one of those things. I tell you what, I can talk. Oh, good lord, I can talk. I try not to talk too, like, that's kind of the part of, like, being a streamer. You're supposed to talk, right? And I want to say, like, I try not to talk and go, like, off topic too often. I try not to treat it like a podcast, I guess. But I do like just sharing my point of view, my perspective on things. Even if it ends up with me, like, 30 minutes down the road, just kind of talking about the most random thing that suddenly is not involving Pokemon at all. Which is what I'm doing now. Probably the ADHD. I don't know if it is, but it could be. I'm not diagnosed. Alright. I think maybe 1 or 2 more Zubats should be it. And then we go through with the new plan. Yeah, definitely 1 or 2 more, so... Yay, Rattata! What a silly little rat. Alright. Ugh. No, you're not evolving. Okay, there we go. Now we go up. We go to Azalea, we heal, we go to Bugsby, we save before Bugsby. Alright. I'm probably gonna lock down... Alright. Let's check and see what we have in our bag first. Alright, we have 2 antidotes. Alright. Move this between the antidote and bitterberry. Okay. And then I only have 1 berry, so... This is probably gonna have to be one of those situations where I'm gonna have to figure it out on my own, I think. Which is fine. I'll just have to deal with it, but not looking forward to having to deal with it, you know? Yeah, time to save. My god, I've already spent so much time in this game. Alright, Alright. Okay. We go here. Alright. Yeah, save right here, I think. This will probably be... Yeah, this is fine. Saving, don't turn off the power. Alright, got myself some water. TMs. We're gonna learn some Mud Slap. Alright. Yes. We're gonna delete Razor Leaf. Amelia for Gore. Alright. Double check. Alright, you have all your stuff. Okay. I'm going to give Amelia Poison Cure Berry. That way I am guaranteed at least one free cure without having to waste a turn. Alright. Go. Let me demonstrate what I've learned from my studies. You're going to get grilled, mister! I'm going to grill your ass. You're going to be done. Okay, here we go. So... I think what I'll want to do... Alright. As long as I'm not lower than Scyther, it shouldn't matter. Alright. Hit you 4 times. Alright. Unfortunate. Okay. 3. Alright. And 4. Oh, is this like guaranteeing that I'm slower than Scyther? That would make so much sense. Alright, let's tackle. Take down the Metapod. Tackle. Alright. I'm gonna feel a little bit confident. I need to make sure that at least one turn before... Okay. There we go. One turn that isn't wasted on curing poison. Alright, 2. Alright. Poison Sting. Missed. Okay. 3. String Shot failed. If I use Mud Slap, I'm gonna have to say fuck it and hope for the best that I'm faster, because I can't risk another String Shot. Mud Slap. Okay. Oh, actually. Hold on. Reflect. Reflect here. Next turn. Next turn. Okay. Here we go. This guy here. Alright. Oh, shoot. I'm slower. Okay. No. Land. Please don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Alright. Fury Cutter. Alright. Alright, come on. Alright, Reflect faded. I need to Super Potion. It'll get me right near, and then I'll immediately hit Reflect. I'm fucked. Oh no. Oh no, I should have thought about this more. Oh no. My only bet is for this to miss. I don't think it's gonna miss. Ah. 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 No. We're gonna go again. We're gonna go again. Alright. Now I know. Now I know what's going on. I'm gonna actually preemptively give this. Okay. I'm gonna save. Okay. I'm gonna give Mud Slap. Alright, yes. Yes. Delete an older move. No! I have to reset again. Aw, man. I was pressing A too much. I should have been paying attention. I can do this. Okay. Okay, Pack. TM, use. Amelia. Delete an older move, yes. Razor Leaf. I'm thinking. I'm using that glorious brain of mine. I'm thinking if I can beat Metapod and Kakuna and like right before Kakuna goes down using Reflect. If I can use Reflect right before then and maybe try and fight with a Scyther using Tackle, then maybe, just maybe, there might be a chance. I don't know if that's actually gonna work though. We'll see. Alright. Bugsby. Alright. Not very effective. Using Harden. Understandably. I wasted a turn. I wasted a turn that could have been used on... Okay, Mud Slap. 2. Alright. 3. Alright, crit. That's cool. Alright. 4. Alright, tackle. Okay. Tackle here. Okay. Tackle again. Okay. Kakuna. Just spam Mud Slap. Spam Mud Slap until I can't anymore. Harden. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Harden again. That's fine. Okay, so it's used Harden twice. Alright. Poison Sting. Alright, but that's on 3. This is 4. Okay. 4 drops. Okay. It's using Harden. Alright. 5. Alright. Here's 6. It missed. Alright. Reflect. Okay. Poison Sting. Hits. Unfortunate. Poisons. That's fine. Oh my god. Okay. Poison Cure. Okay, tackle. Oh. Okay. Scyther's out. I'm gonna poison powder. It's still faster than me, which is unfortunate. Poison powder hits first time. Alright, 2. Amelia uses tackle. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna use a super potion now. Wait. Yeah, use a super potion now. So that we can see how much damage Scyther uses. Okay. Reflect faded. I might be out. I might be out of the game. Okay. It happened again. Even if everything goes right, I don't want to have to use... I don't want to have to grind to level 29. That's the only problem, is that I don't want to have to grind to level 29. Because then that makes the rest of the game a walk in the park, and I don't want that. It's kind of leaving me no choice, is it? Not really looking forward to all of this. Even if I do everything right, huh? Well... guess we're back to talking and grinding. Alright. Oh, man. That sucks. It's just not strong enough. Maybe if I can go to, like, level 27 or 28. Maybe... because, like, Tackle was already doing a lot of damage. Tackle was already doing plenty. You know, it was doing plenty of damage. So I can't imagine a world in which I can't, you know? I can't imagine a world in which, you know, like, a world in which I have to have a body slam to be able to beat Bugsby. It just doesn't make sense to me, you know? If I can get just a little bit more defense, a little bit more HP, maybe I can do it. Maybe it's feasible. But Reflect is still gonna be an absolute required, it's gonna be required to beat, that Scyther. I 110% believe that. I really do believe it's gonna have to be, you know, that's just my thought. Alright. Alright, now to figure out what I want to talk about for another who knows how long amount of time. Well, let's see. Hi, Rosie. Hello. Okay, I'm unplugging my tablet so that she's not walking on my drawing tablet. Ugh. Woof. I didn't mean to glitch out the game for a second. My bad. Hi, Rosie. Oh, goodness. You are so lucky that this isn't an actual FaceTime, because... Oh, God. I wouldn't have wanted the world to see that from you. You weirdo. Alright, no one needs to see your butt, Rosie. My god. Alright, let's see. I guess I could talk about stories with the Pocket Pikachu that I think I didn't, mention before. But, I remember the first week, plus like 2 days, I was just getting used to, like, walking for the Pikachu, you know? Just getting used to it. So, like, I did actually get used to... Oh, there we go. I did get used to walking, a lot, but, you know, it was, like, there was one day where I had gone out and I didn't realize it was raining. So I got hit by, like, water, and I kind of was just like, instead of grabbing a umbrella, you know, or something like that, I just walked through it and pretended I was like Ash from this is such a dorky thing to do. I pretended I was like Ash with his Pikachu in the rain, running away from all the Pidgey and just dealing with that. That's at least like my imagination of it. And then, like, the next day, it wasn't raining, right? The next day, it wasn't raining. So I was just walking like my normal self. And then, like, not even the last, like, it was like, I could see my apartment, you know? I was walking, and all of a sudden, it just starts raining. And I mean, like, pouring down kind of rain. So all of a sudden, I'm like having to run back home. Like, I was already about to finish walking, but like now I have to run home on top of everything else. So I was like, wow. I just became Ash Ketchum going to the Pokemon Center again. With that little Pocket Pikachu. I like having little, like, fake adventures like that in my mind, you know? I think it's very fun. It definitely does make the experience of, you know, walking and exercise fun. I do end up doing it, like, really late at night when no one else is around, though, because I just don't want people looking at me while I exercise. You know, it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. I do frequently have, like, these moments of, like, it's kind of, like, scary to go outside in my mind. Like, mostly in a way of just, like... It's not anything rational, you know? Like, you can sit there and, like, with a fear that, like, can typically, like, if it's something that you're afraid of, it's probably not rational. And if it is rational, if it's a rational fear, congratulations. You're not gonna talk yourself out of it anyways. But I think every fear has, like, some form of, like, rationality behind it, if that makes any sense. I don't know what rationality I have behind my fears of, like, being around, like, a bunch of people. I don't want to be afraid of being around people, and sometimes, you know, I can actually handle it on some days, you know? I can handle being around like strangers, being myself, that kind of stuff. But like some days I'm just like, ah, horrible, terrible feeling in my mind, wanting to consume my entire being for the moment. And I just have to act, on the outside at least, like I am a normal, average human being that is not afraid of interacting with the people around me. Which I wish didn't sound sad, but it kind of does sound sad to me at least. I wish I wasn't scared to interact with people outside. That's why I'm here in a little stream, so I can interact with people, because my god. I definitely do need to practice on it more. But, yeah. I at least get to try and be outdoorsy for a little bit. I will say, compared to how I was when I was like, oh man, how do I describe it? Not even like 10 years ago. Describing it compared to like what kind of person I was when I was like 5 years ago, like right after COVID. I've improved like so much in the past 5 years. I'm not gonna lie. I can actually like look someone in the face, talk to them, compliment them, like, you know, tell them that, you know, I think they're doing a good job, you know, like, talk to the clerk, actually, like, be engaged in their conversation instead of just, like, having to look away and hope for the best, you know, just kind of like, I used to just, like, look down and mumble and be like, thank you, I'm so sorry, you know, things like that, but now I'm just like, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. I hope you have a wonderful day. You know, like, I have a lot more confidence in myself than I used to. Which I think, you know, it ended up being like, I would love to do like a small like class, I guess, on like how to gain confidence, because like it's really, really surprising. Like, how little you have to do to, like, start gaining confidence, you know? All you need to do is just have, like, people who actually want to, like, support you and want to see you improve, you know? And if you don't have people who want to see you improve, you see the improvement in yourself. You know? You need to be your team player. I try to be my own team player, but, like, sometimes it's, like, difficult to do that. Yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted for a moment. I guess, what would I say? Like, it's still hard for me sometimes to be my own team player, because, like, you know, sometimes you have to sit there and drag yourself kicking and screaming to do the thing you wanted to do and you had planned to do in the first place, you know? Like, I do love streaming. I love streaming so much, but some days I'm just like having to drag myself kicking and screaming to start to, you know, stream. Not because I don't want to stream, but because my mind is just like, I would rather, you know, instead of entertaining people, which brings me a lot of joy, I would rather just sit and watch, like, my favorite, like, YouTube show, and just, like, anyone who comes knocking at my door, just tell them to shut up and leave me alone. But that's not a really healthy way of doing things, you know? Like, I ended up just, like, kind of going, like, after a certain point, like, constantly having that moment, and just, like, how do I describe it? Like, as a, I have a lot of confidence in myself now, but some days I'm still, like, having to fight, the thoughts of just, like, I suck, man. Like, some days I'm still sitting there thinking, like, man, I suck. I can't believe people watch me. But that's, like, that's just one, like, really slippery slope that I don't want to get into in my mind. So whenever I catch myself having those thoughts, I'm just like, but people obviously watch me, so if they watch me, why would I suck? Why would I not be entertaining? I at least must be doing one tiny thing right, you know? There must be something I'm doing. I don't think there's anything I'm particularly doing wrong. No such thing as right or wrong in the entertaining showbiz. There's only the luck of the draw, you know? You either find your audience or you don't. And that's just something where I'm like, you know, I'm still learning, you know? I'm still learning how to find my audience. I'm still learning how to find, you know, my people. People who want to, like, listen to me talk for hours at a time. You know? I love talking to people. I love listening to people. I love people in general, but it's still one of those situations where I'm, like, scared shitless to be in public with them. Because I guess it's like the outside is so unpredictable compared to the inside, you know? Like, if it's my stream, I have a lot of control, but if it's, like, outside in public, there's a lot of rules, you know? There's rules that are already there, set in place, and I'm hoping that other people follow them, you know? And, like, there's people that can enforce the rules, of course, but, like, sometimes they're not very trustworthy. But, like, that's a whole other thing I don't want to talk about. No, you're not evolving. No, you're not. No evolving. No evolving coming around here.
Just constantly entering it.
Hello?
Just ending the evolution.
Okay. Okay.
You mean like you don't know what that word means?
I know what the word means. I'm just shocked you used it. Alright, I have been rewriting the Mr. Brightside as an actual, like, parody, a fishing parody. And, I think it's gonna be, like, still by the bankside. Where I'm still fishing to this day. You know? Just one of those things, you know? I really didn't expect myself to get messed up so hard, even at level 25, my god. Yeah, but I'm gonna definitely try at level, what? Level 28, I think? Let me double check and make sure. What level? What level? Level 29 is Body Slam. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? What am I saying? Why am I saying oh my goodness in a very weird voice? I guess in some way I'm like proving how dedicated to the craft I am. In some way, shape, or form, you know? I am potentially worried about water types in the future. Cause like if... how do I describe it? If Mud Slap doesn't work, I honestly don't think Mud Slap matters after a certain point. It only helps me, like, prevent, future, like, poisons, like, hopefully, and that's even still a gamble. Bugsy could still be, like, super, what's the word? Super lucky. Or I could just be unlucky, I guess, in a way. And he still lands, like, a poison from a poison sting, even after, like, a fully, like, full accuracy drop, you know? Like, 6 of them. But I like to say, I like to put bet. I like to bet on myself. You should bet on yourself, honestly. Bet on yourself even if you don't believe that you're gonna win, you know? That's what I believe. That's the gambler fallacy. The complete gambler fallacy. Gambler fallacy. What the fuck did I just say? Oh man. This is why I should never touch a gacha game. If I ever touch a gacha game, I'm done for. I'm gonna be spending all my money on on gachas. I'll be broke. I'll be broke forever. I won't even be broke, I'll be in debt. Oh, hi, Rosie. You gonna sniff the mic? Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright? Hey, you're bumping the mic! Girl. Girl. Alright. Yes, I don't have the blanket on me because I'm warm. Can you believe it? Me? Warm? It's wild, right? I'm feeling toasty in here. For once. After having to deal with, oh my god, no, don't bump the mic. Don't do that. Don't bump the mic, Rosie. I know you want it to be your stream, but like... I don't want that. I don't want that, you know? Okay. You can come and cuddle on my lap, you know? You can snuggle. You don't want snug? Do you not want snug? I'm having to do... This is ridiculous. I'm having to use one hand on my controller. So I'm doing everything one-handed right now. And the other hand is on my cat. And my other cat is now on the back of my chair and her weight pulled me back for a sec. My god. Am I doing stunning commentary of what's going on with my cats? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the mic. That was me. I should have blamed that on the cat. Alright. Here we go. It's very funny how, like, I love fish. I love fishing. And, like, you know, I also love camping, and that's mostly because of, Yoru Camp, you know? But, it's, I went to, like, a fishing convention, and, the amount of, I guess the best way to describe is almost every single person there was straight except for me. And I was, suddenly hyper aware of I like fishing, but I do not like I do not feel comfortable around the people that also like fishing. But it was like a different thing that I did, you know? I tried something new, you know? I tried to go to a fishing convention instead of like an anime convention. And you know, it felt pretty cool. I felt pretty awesome. Yeah. But I was very hyper aware the entire time I was at that convention. They had a lot of like fishing goodies too. They even had like some stuff not affiliated with fishing. Like there were snacks. And like they actually had like make your own dip. And that kind of stuff. Oh no. I love Chikorita. Chikorita looks like a dog to me, you know? Hey! Oh god. I'm kind of wondering what level I should try to go back with. I will say, I'm a little surprised that Chikorita already has like 70 HP though. Like, that's wild. Like, I guess I'm kind of used to having Pokemon that like, at level 50, just barely succeed like 100, 150, somewhere around there. So like, seeing a Chikorita at level 26 having 70 HP, which is like, what, 30 away from 100? And then like with the EVs, if I do like +3 per one by level 36, it's already gonna have like, what's the word? 100, like level 36 is when it's gonna have like 100 HP. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen though. That's the thing. Kind of difficult to foresee that kind of situation, you know? Amelia. thinking though. I do want to make like a little comic or something, kind of like describing the chronicles of having to use Chikorita. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like I'm gonna wreck Bugsy's like whole career, you know? Oh man, I want to have some soup soon. Oh man, how much I adore soup. Soup's so good, man. Have some chicken broth, some vegetables, potato, carrot. Maybe some meat in there. It could be beef, it could be pork, it could be chicken. Already cooked, of course. You could have like the leftover juice from the meat. Put it in the pot with the like chicken broth and vegetables. Vegetables will absorb all that meaty goodness. Be really yummy. Also release like aromatics. Dude, you could even put like beans or like your favorite vegetable in a soup probably. I know they recommend like certain ones not to have like certain soups are like you shouldn't have certain vegetables for soups. They just don't work as well. But like as long as they're not like disintegrating into the soup like cotton candy would into water, you know, it should be fine. I still think about that raccoon that lost its cotton candy into the water. Little puddle. It looked so sad. I feel so bad for that raccoon, you know? But, yeah. I was craving soup earlier, so I had ramen. But it was like the like, little packet. The, like, you know? It wasn't like an actual, like, the thick noodles, with like a deep, rich broth with vegetables and an egg and... Oh no, I'm hungry. Oh no, I made a mistake. I shouldn't be talking about food on stream. Oh no, I've made myself hungry. I ate right before stream too, so this is unacceptable on my end. But I've also made it, like, my entire mission after a certain point. Like, I am not quitting this game until I beat Bugsby. If that means that I have to reach level 29 to, like, one-shot it, like, you know, so be it. But, like, bare minimum, I have 3 turns to take down that thing with Reflect On. And that's with Reflect On. I'm still not faster than that thing. So I have to just, I have to work with it. I have to work with that. Tackle. I'm also starting to have this feeling that every time I reset Bugsy's stats. Like every time I save and then I start over, because like I didn't have enough money at the time, but now I just kind of don't want to waste my poison berries. I feel like I reset Bugsy's, like, Pokemon, like, IVs. Which I didn't think could happen. I thought it was already preset, you know? Which I guess should make sense. I'm honestly like, could you imagine if that's actually the case? I guess it could be. But like, could you imagine? Think with me for a second. Could you imagine doing a playthrough and, going through each gym trainer, or not gym trainer, gym leader. Alright? Imagine, but just walk with me for a second. Walk with me. But like, gym leader. Alright? You keep resetting until you get a gym leader with a shiny Pokemon. And then like, could you imagine, right? Could you imagine that? Just resetting over and over again until like the gym leader like wins, like gets a shiny. Wouldn't that be absolutely insane to think about? I don't know if that's actually something that can happen, of course. That's just speculation on my end, but you know, I like speculating. I like thinking. Who am I kidding? I don't like thinking. No, I do like thinking. Thinking's one of the only things I feel like I do sometimes. And then when I keep thinking and then I don't stop thinking, that's where the problems go. Instead of like, and then my thoughts just make assumptions about things, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'll put that in my belief system. Instead of actually, like, you know, looking at them and just, like, going out of my way to make sure that my thoughts aren't, making shit up in my mind. Because, like, at least with, Pokemon, I've had times where I'm just like, oh, the reason why they might have done this is because of this. And then I say that, like, you know, to someone else, and they're just kind of like, oh, you really believe that? No, that's not why it happened, it's because of this. And I'm like, oh, I just made an assumption based off observations. My bad that I'm wrong, I guess. I could have easily just researched it, you know? But I think it's amazing what the human mind can observe and make assumptions of, you know? Like, I see how Chikorita has more moves, in certain areas than than its fellow starters. Like, it has a wider range of moves it can learn, I think. I'm pretty sure. I could look this up right now. I think I did before. So, like, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let me just move this back and forth while I do this. And then, like, it can learn... it learns just so many moves. And then I could probably switch over to, like, Chikorita. Chikorita to Cyndaquil. Yeah, even Cyndaquil doesn't have as many, like, level up moves on its own. Though I think it definitely is, like, it tries to make up for it in some way, shape, or form. And then for Totodile... Totodile definitely feels like it gets the shaft in some ways. But like, to me, I feel like Chikorita got, like, Reflect. Because Reflect and Light Screen, because they knew people who use Chikoritas gonna have a lot harder of a time than if they had, like... And I don't even know if this is true. I don't know if this is true. But, you know who doesn't know Reflect and Light Screen? Cyndaquil and Totodile. But Chikorita can learn it. And I really do believe in my heart that they saw Chikorita, they saw the, like, hostile, like, area, and, like, because, like, I feel like Chikorita really is the kind of, Pokemon that is supposed to help its friends. It's supposed to be a full support Pokemon, not just a fighter. You know, a tank. People assume that it's a tank, but I really do believe that it's not a tank, it's a support. That's just what my mind sees whenever I see it, you know? So I just kind of make that assumption, you know, that, like, they see that people who use Chikorita struggles, and because of the struggle, you know, they decide to do something about it, you know? Not everything is, like, black and white, I guess, or gray. I do feel like the Pokemon... I guess, how do I describe this? In my mind, I feel like, at least in this time of the Game Freak years, when this game was made, or being made, I guess, I feel like the Pokemon developers loved every Pokemon they made, but, like, they loved them in their own way, you know? And, like, you know, you have to balance it out in some way or another. Because, like, if every Pokemon is good, then none of the Pokemon are good, you know? But, like, if only... Like, so some Pokemon are obviously gonna have to go through the cracks. But in Gen 2, I think they were just having to rush out Pokemon. So they couldn't really, they didn't really have a lot of time to think about it, because they were also having to rush. Like, Satoru Iwata, rest in peace, my good man. He had to step in and, like, clean up the code so that they could actually, like, work everything out. And that's why we have Kanto today. We have Satoru Iwata to thank for that, and I think that's really amazing. I really, like, at heart, I really do believe that, like, a lot of people loved, like, the games they were creating, you know, at the time. Sure, they had to rush, but, like, passion projects are, like, a huge deal in my mind. I really do, like, try to look at what I feel like are passion projects. That's why I love indie. And while I do want to say, like, I would have loved to, like, play, like, Expedition 33. But, like, Expedition 33 is gonna be here next year. You know? I'm fine with taking a year off from most of the modern games. You know? That's why I'm playing a game like this right now. And, you know, I have a lot of old games sitting on my shelf that I could play. And I'd love to play. So I'm gonna play it. And I mean, I'm not gonna do one of those, and, how do I describe this? I have a lot of games that I feel like are very long plays. Like, I would have to play for a very, very long time. Like, over several streams. And because of this, you know, because I have 5 bajillion streams that I have to, like, you know, work with, I just kind of made the decision, like, if I'm gonna do a long-term stream, or multiple streams, you know, of this game, then it's gonna be on, like, a consistent day, where I can very consistently, like, play it, you know? Like, if this takes longer than I think it will, which if I beat Bugsy, and then next stream I struggle again, I'm probably gonna move the day in which I play this game. I'm probably gonna move it to another day that I can kind of work with, you know? Not because I want to free up my Wednesday for another game, but because, like, I want my, like, Monday through Thursday, you know? I want that to be for, like, one-time games, at least this month. And I also want it to be one of those things where, like, by the time I get to, like, next month after I take I plan on taking a break on the first week of July. But I want to kind of formulate what my weeks will work, what my weeks will look like after that first week of July. Kind of like figure out what my actual days will be, and just kind of work that out so that I have, like, something. Because, like, once it comes back around to, like, July, I'm probably gonna use the time off to, like, really lean into, like, creating, like, videos. And creating, like, I have songs I want to write, but I don't know how to make I don't know how to make music, so I'm probably gonna ask friends of friends, you know? Like, try and see if there's any way to make it possible, you know? I want to at least spend one day writing a book. And I have tried to write books. I just, like, I need to actually sit down. I have to sit myself down and actually write. Because if I don't sit down and actually write in, like, this moment of silence, I'm never going to actually write, you know? And I can't do it on the computer, because it's even worse. Like, how do I describe it? I know I keep saying how do I describe it, but it's one of those things where, like, my mind thinks in concepts, so I have to figure out how to translate that into actual words. But, I am kind of just wanting to say, like, when I am writing, like, pen to paper, it is so much easier than if I were to write, like, on a like, laptop or computer. Not because oh, my throat is itchy. But what I was gonna say is that, like, there's this, like, disconnect, you know? Like, I need, like, a way to physically hold the words that I'm writing, you know? it's not as easy when you're, like, typing, you know? But, like, if you make something permanent, you know? This is also something I like to say with art, in a way. And this is how, like, I started, like, getting used to getting good, like, what I perceive as getting pretty decent at drawing, you know? Is by just kind of, what's the word? Like, using a pen, if that makes any sense. Something that you can't just erase, you know? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Just to make sure that this doesn't happen again, I'm going to the Poke Center. But... like, if you make a mistake, it's... sure, it's permanent, but it's there now. You can't mess anything up any more than it already is. And with writing, you're just writing the first draft. It's not even supposed to be, like, a finished job, you know? Or the rough draft, whatever you call it. Like, it's supposed to be as rough as possible. You're supposed to make a rough, like, extension of what it's supposed to be. And then after that, you know, like, you're supposed to... what's the word? With a very rough draft, like, it's supposed to have, like, these small mistakes. You're supposed to take time off from it once you write it, like, to actually, like, look at it and see, like, how you can, if not expand on some ideas, right? Then you could possibly, like, oh, actually, this point A to point B is not needed. You can just remove that, you know? Or, hey, this doesn't really connect right. And sometimes, at the end of the day, like, if needed, you can just kind of sit there and realize, like, the idea, the underlying idea, is not working. It's not meshing in my style. It's not, you know, it's not connecting like it should. And that's when you need to just kind of scrap it and start over. But you now have a basis on what you have that could mess up, you know? Not, like, some stuff could not be, like, functioning, things like that. I don't know why I don't know why my brain's like this. I guess I just like talking. It's very easy to talk when you're just kind of, like, doing, like, one thing kind of mindlessly. And I try not to be very mindless, but, you know, things happen, and, sometimes you just have to, like, talk about something, or else you're just gonna be quiet for, like, God knows how long, while you figure out how to, like, get good at the game. I guess that's how that's described, right? And I mostly just like talking for the sake of talking after a certain point. I like having deeper conversations, but, like... and I guess I could say I like the sound of my own voice. But, like, sometimes I listen to myself, like, in a recording, and I'm having to do everything to not hate my voice. Like, hearing myself, like, talk is one thing, but, like, listening to a recording of yourself is completely different. It is so hard to not dislike your own voice. And I know that's just like one thing with like a being a streamer, content creator, YouTuber, whatever, is that if you're using your voice, you're gonna have to learn to love it. You're gonna have to learn to love it even when you have a... I guess recordings are kind of like pictures. So like, even if you have a picture of your voice that's kind of unflattering, that's why I feel like it's important to like kind of just work with it, you know? It's also why I think, in a way, like, there's also like the pictures of people, like if you take a picture of yourself, you might not like it. You might go, ew, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look good. Sure, it looks fine, but something's off about it. I don't like it. That's not the me that I want to present out to the world, you know? Like, that with pictures? Because I think it's actually a psychological thing, you know? Like, I genuinely think my voice is deeper. Or maybe, I guess not deeper. I think my voice is a lot more complex than what I'm actually hearing when I hear the recording. So I think I'm actually a lot more emotional. I'm a lot more, like, intellectual. I'm a lot more, like, goofy. I'm a lot more silly. You know, I've got a range. I've got a very large range. But, like, I hear a recording of myself and I'm like, this is the most monotone, flat thing I've ever heard. And that's just the kind of person I am. And I think that it's fine that I'm like this. I wish I wasn't like this sometimes. But, like, everyone wishes they weren't like this sometimes, you know? And by this, I mean, like, sometimes people don't wish to be themselves. And I guess that checks out after a certain point, you know? When people get mad about, like, their avatar profile picture not being, like, the real, in real life them, I get, like, concerned, because I'm just like, that's the point. That's the point of being on the internet. You're giving yourself this version of you that you want to put forward. And I guess, like, in a way, the version of myself that I want to put forward, right? The version of myself that I want to put forward is myself, if that makes any sense. I want to put myself out there, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Which sounds weird, I guess, in a way, like, you know? But like, I'm also not using my actual face because I care about my physical safety. Like I said, I'm very I don't like being outside around people I don't know. And it would probably freak me out if someone went up to me and was like, "You're Kian." I would probably fall and die in that exact moment if someone did that. So, understandably, this is why I'm like who I am today. But like, I think, you know, I think just being myself otherwise is just like, you know, who I am. Sharing my memories, sharing the person I am, expressing, like, having stories to come home with, having, like, morals that I like to stick to, growing as a person, like, I don't mind sharing that. I don't mind sharing that at all. man, I am just rambling like a little crazy person, huh? Also, I want to mention how, like, you know those, like, mouse pads with, like, the little support? You know, like, some of them end up being, like, a, what do you call them? Like, the little, like, big girl, mouse pads, or the big booty mouse pads. I don't have that, but, a friend and I have found a solution, and I have a tiny, like, sleeping Riolu plush, and it's big enough to where, like, it could basically fit in my hand-ish. It's a little bigger than my hand. But, like, the way it works, I can put it right under where my, this is so funny. This is so funny to describe, actually. But, like, I'll put my wrist on top of the plush, and then it's just the perfect height for the mouse. And then I'll just, like, use it. I'll just use the mouse and the plush as, like, my support. And I'm not gonna lie, it does help. It helps a lot. So if you're out there wanting, like a support, just get, like, a tiny plush. Tiny plush that's kind of long. Just put it right under the not, like, underneath the mouse pad, but, like, put your wrist, like, behind the mouse, where your wrist is gonna be. Place your wrist on it. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have that. Alright. My god. I'm so close. I can see it. I can see it in there. I can see. I can see. I can see the end of the tunnel. There may be a chance where oh my god. There's a chance in which I could, realistically, still go down to Scyther at level 28. And if I go down at level 28, I will just take the L and just level up once more. But I have 75. No, you're not evolving. I am not about to waste literally an hour worth of training for you to evolve. I love how, like, whenever something takes too long, I get so impatient that I start going insane. I think that's a good way to describe my personality, is that I try to be patient. But if you ask me to be patient for a very long amount of time, there's going to be a point where I sound clinically insane. You know? That's at least how I feel whenever I talk about, like, I don't know. Alright, well, let's save here. Okay. And then we go here, we go to the pack, and we go to TM. We teach Mudslap to Amelia. Yes, delete a move. Delete Razor Leaf. We do not need Razor Leaf. I am completely sure about this. Alright, here we go. Metapod. That's fine. Amelia. We're gonna mud slap. Just lower the accuracy as much as possible. Ah, man, it still hit though. Probably means that the Scyther is pretty slow. Alright. 3. Trying to lower my HP. Alright. If I must, then I shall. Oh god. Come on. Okay. Well, here we go. Mud slap. Alright, harden, that's fine. I'm really under the assumption that String Shot has slowed me down enough at this point. Alright. Alright. Oops. I hope I'm faster than Scyther. Alright. I should at least be guaranteed 1 reflect. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that does so little damage even without reflect. Alright, come on. Tackle. Oh, that was a crit too. Okay. I can use up a turn on... I didn't even need poison powder. Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna need the body slam. I'm gonna need body slam. I'm gonna need body slam. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How much money did I lose? Do I have money? I'm resetting. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. It really is just like I need a stronger move. But the strongest move I can learn for that is actually accurate is Body Slam, which is next level. Okay. It's not Amelia's fault. It's my fault. I should have thought about it. I should have actually taken into consideration that people make decisions for a reason. I wonder how many attacks I guess we don't need poison powder in the first place then. So we might as well just get rid of poison powder after a certain point. Because we can replace it later with toxic if we need it. If we really need it. But I don't think we really need it. Yeah, but I don't think we need toxic. Later on. So we're probably not gonna- we're not gonna need, poison powder. I guess. Poison powder... Razor leaf... No, tackle. Okay. Time to stare blankly at a screen for God knows how long. Just like how it's done in real life. Man. I really do feel like I'm going a little crazy. Sometimes I'm just tempted to just kind of go like, time to move on. But like, by moving on, I mean moving past Bugsby, Bugsy so much. I hate Bugsy so much. I am starting to dislike Scyther. And that's solely on the basis of, this challenge. This challenge is making me dislike Scyther. I, before this, was definitely at least neutral about this thing. Cause like, you know, it's just not a single evolution, like, doesn't even have, it's not even, like, it's just one stage, it's its own thing. And then it got an update with Scizor, and Scizor got, like, what's the word? Priority moves that are actually good. And then that thing just taunts me for the rest of my life because I can never find a good counter against Scizor. And I can never find a good counter against Scyther unless I have a fire type on my team. I guess same with Scizor though. Like I try not to be judgmental about, like, Pokemon. Because, like, it's at least someone's favorite. And I'm not gonna be like, you know, yuck, you use Scyther, you use Scizor. No, I'm not gonna be like that. Like, I honestly wish, I want to try using a Scyther eventually. And maybe, hopefully, a Scizor. That would be really cool. I'd love to try it out one day. But I just don't know if it's... Because, like, it was really good competitively for a really long time. And then, you know, the people that use, like, Scizor, in, like, Gen 6, that's when I was really competitive. They always had to get rid of my fire type first, and then I would struggle. I would have an uphill battle with Scizor. I always try with, like, my battles at least, like, at least back in the day, I would try to have a grass, water, fire, like, trifecta, I guess, in my team. Not like the Pokemon themselves being fire, water, grass, though that's also really appreciated. When I at least use them, you know? But it's, like, difficult to make a team with a fire, grass, water, like core. And then having Pokemon that can cover, like, their weaknesses. Because, like, even though most types, you know, like, with water, you know, the weakness of grass and electricity, water and, grass and fire types don't really have a tendency to cover, electrical, like, moves, you know? Like, they can't take down electric types as easy. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to add like a rock or ground type Pokemon, or a Pokemon that can use rock or ground type moves. Which typically means you might end up with a rock, a ground, or a steel type. And if you end up with a steel type, you have to be wary of fighting types, or you have to be wary of fire types, or you have to be wary of, like, maybe it's a dual type Pokemon, and you have to worry about the dual typing. Then you have to do that. Competitive Pokemon is so much work. It's very rewarding when you get it right, you know? Especially when you know your team very well and you know, like, what you can do and what you can't. But, like, competitive Pokemon is so much work. I would love to, one day, play, an actual, like, game competition. I would love to play a, Pokemon, like, game. Like a championship, I guess, yeah. I want to play VGC one day. One day. But I don't think I'm anywhere near close enough to actually even participate. Though I guess, like, you know, there's always the, like, you should at least try once, you know? But I guess when I say, like, I'm not anywhere near close, I'm more so thinking about, like, I don't want to get any new Pokemon games. You know what I mean? I really don't want to get a new Pokemon game. Like, the only reason why I would get it at that point would be for competitive, and if that's the only reason why I would want it, no point. No point in it. I would have to be an actual, like, member of, you know, VGC to actually, like, participate. Like, to actually warrant getting new Pokemon games at this point. So, like, you know, Pokemon Z to A, probably gonna have Pokemon very good for competitive. But, like, that's the thing, you have to sink so much money into your competitive, like, teams. Not even money, but, like, you have to, like, time. And, like, when I say money, I mean, like, you're paying for DLC, you're paying for games, you're paying for home, you're paying for Pokemon Home. Things like that, and it's crazy to me. Like, you're having to do all that work, and if you're just someone who wants to start, you know, like, start today, you're gonna have to drop, like, bare minimum, like, $120. Or even, like, if you're lucky and you know people in the scene, like, they could probably let you borrow, like, like, maybe they have a duplicate copy and they just let you borrow it. But, like, even then, I don't know if that's even allowed. It has to be your copy, you know? No, actually, I think it doesn't matter. Cause, like, if you use, a cartridge, which I think they're probably gonna get rid of with, the new Switch 2 thing. It seems like it. But, like, if you, I don't think they're gonna give you, like, the option of physical copies over time. You're gonna see less physical copies, like, more and more, you know? But, like, you know, it's the dream. I've also heard that there's, like, the issue of, like, maybe not recently anymore since the Switch 2 came out, but, like, in the original like Switch, like Scarlet and Violet, I've heard that the game can just crash in the middle of your like fight with another trainer. Like, not even what's the word? Oh god. Words, come to me, please. Like, just locally, you're fighting this trainer, you know? And yet, it could crash. Why would you make a game that can crash in the middle of a tournament? That is unacceptable. That's why I definitely do not want to give Pokemon my money. I've given Pokemon my money over the years as a kid, and, you know, the last game I bought with my own hard-earned money was, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And the reason why I got it in the first place was because I was like, yeah, I'll give Pokemon my money, you know? And then I saw the trailer for Sword and Shield come out, and I was like, hold on a second. Because, like, it was at that time where I started feeling in the back of my head, like, it was with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that started it, where I had this moment of like, how do I describe it? Just this moment, you know? Of it feels just like copy-paste. Which, I mean, you could claim that it's copy and paste, like, from all those years ago. From, like, maybe even this game, you know? But with, like, small improvements here and there. But, like, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like, it felt like they copied everything, added a new gimmick, and then just, like, shipped it. It really did feel like that. And, like, they changed the story, so it's even more boring. That's the thing, right? That's it. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were the first games I started feeling bored with Pokemon. Like, can you imagine... Like, I got bored. I got bored with Pokemon. A new Pokemon game. I couldn't finish it because I got bored. I got bored of a new Pokemon game. And then Let's Go Eevee. I got it, and I got bored. And I couldn't even tell you why I got bored. It just felt so, like, same. Like, if I wanted the same experience, you know, as, like, Let's Go Eevee, I could go back to Fire Red and Leaf Green. Genuinely, I have that, like, in my Game Boy Advance SP. Like, just there, ready to play. I was just bored. And then, like, you know, I think it was just, like, because I felt boredom in, like, for 2 generations, like, I guess 1.5. Maybe 2 halves, so 1. Two games worth of boredom, right? Two games worth of boredom. I just had that moment of just like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what it's actually like, so that if I, you know, cause like, Let's Go Eevee was like $60. That was my first, like, Pokemon game I bought with my own, like, hard-earned money. And, like, that wasn't anything to sneeze at the time, at least, like, for a high schooler like me. So I waited, and then I saw Sword and Shield, and I was like, this is kind of unacceptable, you know? And then, like, people were bringing up, like, Sword and Shield, like, over and over again for, like, the rest of the time. And then they came out with DLC, and I was like, huh. And then the DLC, they came out with a package of Sword and or Shield with the DLC, and it was like $100 and something. And I was like, huh. So I kind of just had to sit there and be like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Like, I know a lot of people were looking forward to, like, a free roam game, but, like, it looked boring. I wish I didn't have to say that, but it looked boring. And then, like, Scarlet and Violet came out, and I was like, oh, maybe they're improving. But, like, I don't think I would be bored with it, you know? I really don't think I would be bored with it. I still haven't played it. So it's really only, like, a test of, like, at that point, I would have to play the game at that point, you know? So I would have to play the game. I would have to play the game to figure out whether or not I'm bored of it, or I'd get bored again, you know? But, like, I like shiny hunting. I like doing this, that, the other. But, like, if the story is going to make me feel bored, right? And I'm saying this as someone who, like, plays Final Fantasy. And, like, I was there with Final Fantasy 13. And I at least felt entertained with Final Fantasy 13, and then I lost my copy right before I was gonna beat the game, you know? Like, I'm, like, easily entertained. So if Pokemon is messing up in a way that makes me bored, an easily entertained person getting bored when it comes to playing Pokemon, I don't think they're doing something right, you know? I really am under the belief that they should be making games fun. And, like I said, I really do think a lot of things with, like, the Scarlet Violet, I've seen people play it, and I really do think it's fun, but I think on the basis of, like, they made the game unplayable at the start, and they had literally withheld for 2 years a frame, DLC that would basically fix the game. And I don't know if people have to pay for it. I hope not. I hope people aren't paying for... Oh my god, could you imagine if people had to pay... I don't want to look it up. If I look it up and I find out that they have to pay... If I look up that people have to pay for... Pokemon... Switch to upgrades, like they do with Breath of the Wild, I'm going to start a riot. Like, literally someone said when they played it, right? I watched someone play Scarlet and Violet on the Switch too, and they literally went, oh, are our standards really that low? And it, like, made me so sad to hear that, because we really have been put in this, like, hostage situation, or, like, maybe a Stockholm situation, where we, like, fully believe, you know, that, like, how do you describe it? Like, we're in the Stockholm syndrome, like, situation with someone we used to, like, actually be close with. And now this person is just, like, trying to extort us and, for our money and left kidney. You know? Like, it's wild that that's how it has to be. Alright. Now we're actually gonna fight, Alright, we have 15? Here we go. So now, I'm going to show you the true power of Chikorita. Body Slam. Boom. Alright, are you ready for this one? Boom. A boom, you know? Oh. Are you ready for this one? Boom. Okay, maybe not. I mean, boom, bitch! Boom, bitch! Get slammed into the fucking ground, bitch! Get out of my face, you whore! Get away from me! Oh my god! We did it! It only took a body slam! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god. And I say, boom, bitch! Boom, bitch! The one time it fucking misses, and it doesn't even matter. The one time it misses, and it doesn't even matter. My god, I am going to eat my Game Boy. I'm going to eat my Game Boy whole. You know, the entire thing, just in one foul, swallow, bite, whatever you want to say it is. I'm gonna take one big, wide, I'm gonna just tear open, I'm gonna, like, unlock my jaw, just, like, unhinge it, and just, like, just eat my entire Game Boy whole. Just eat it all, like, let it just sit in my stomach forever. I'm so... Oh my god. I'm gonna teach you Mud Slap. Yes. I'm gonna teach you Mud Slap in replacement of Poison Powder, because if I need Poison Powder later, then I will just, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, you know? Why, he beat them? Ha! Quit lying. You're not joking, then let's see how good you are. Not to be that guy, but I don't think you know what's about to happen to you. You're about to be a grilled steak, my guy. And that's not good. Alright. Zubat? More like Snoozebat. Boom. You're getting grilled tonight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Body slam. You gonna survive it? You gonna survive it? Ooh, just barely. Ooh, you trying that? You trying that? Well, let's see if body slam hit. Oh. Oh. Well. This is embarrassing. Useless Pokemon. Listen, you... Listen, you. You only won because my Pokemon were weak. I hate the weak. Pokemon trainers, it doesn't matter who or what. I'm going to be strong and wipe out the weak. That goes for Team Rocket too. They act big and tough in a group, but get them alone, and they're weak. I hate them all. You stay out of my way, a weakling like you is only a distraction. Alright. Hello. Forest is watched over by its protector, stay out of mischief. Alright. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, oddish. I do think I want to wait for a second to see where the HM cut is. Oh man, my boss is going to be steaming. The Farfetch that cuts trees for charcoal took off on me. I can't go looking for it here in the Ilex forest. It's too big, dark, and scary for me. I don't have... Maybe? It's the missing Pokemon! Alright, hold on, I can do this. I'll have to figure out what HM slave I want. Because I'll want a Pokemon that can learn Cut. Alright, found a revive. Okay. Oh man, okay. I can do this. I can solve the puzzle that's in a kid's game. Alright. Oh, Venonat! Cute! I guess Oddish can learn Cut, right? Oddish can learn Cut, Sweet Scent if I want to grind. Maybe if I go down this way? Alright, alright. I'm hoping... maybe, okay. What? What are you doing? What do you mean? Psyduck? What's the Psyduck doing here? What the duck doing? I don't know. I don't know how to beat this. How do I catch you? Wait. Maybe if I... Hold on, I have to go around. Hold on. Alright, maybe if I go down in an earlier round, and Sugar we're going down swinging. Oh man, I love that song. One day I'm gonna do like a Fall Out Boy cover, and I'm going to just have big, large letters on the picture, just saying like a Fall Out Boy, please don't sue me. Alright, you went down. Alright. Wow, thanks a whole bunch. My pastas Pokemon won't obey me because I don't have a badge. Huh. Oh, my Farfetch'd! You found it for us, kid? Without it, we wouldn't be able to cut trees for charcoal. Thanks, kid. Now, how can I thank you? I know. Here, take this. Let's go. Alright. We're saving. We're saving. And I'm going to... Yeah. Yes, it's fine to overwrite. And... next time we do this... I'll be, next time, we'll be having a situation, like, where I'm actually, getting a HM slave. That way we can actually not waste a move in Chikorita's pool. Alright, alright. We're gonna raid a channel. Alright. Raid a channel, let's see. We got someone who's just chatting and just talking about, some stuff. Yeah, let's send y'all their way. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'll send y'all their way. Alright. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm proud of y'all. And, I'll see you later. Alright. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.